What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Maximize. So today, guys, I wanted to go over Hoya plant care, and I've had them for quite a while now and they're doing super well. The two types I have are right behind me there. I'll put the names up on the screen. I can't remember their exact names. So today I'm just gonna go over basic care and like how to help them thrive in this dark world of ours. And there's Wesley, he's sleeping. He looks like a black pillow, but that is a cat. You guys, I got this new shirt and I've already spilled things on it twice today. This is why I can't get nice things. Like I constantly just spill. That sounds really disgusting, and I am disgusting. But like, I literally spilled so much stuff on this side and then I spilled more on this side. And I'm like, why can't I just have like a nice new shirt without destroying it and staining it? It's just constant with me. Okay, so for Hoyas, I have this variety right here, which is just like a single vine, but it has like really big, thick leaves. And the Hoyas have just all kinds of varieties. It's pretty nuts like how different they can appear, but they're the same. They're still all Hoyas. This one really appreciates very bright light. Same with this guy back here. I believe this is the Carnosa. They both really like being right next to my south-facing window. And this one's been growing upward quite a bit in the last few months with that heat wave we've been having and are still experiencing into November. That's right, yes, it's 90 degrees outside right now. So this plant really likes that kind of temperature. It likes that bright, intense light. No direct light necessarily, but just bright enough. It might even bloom for you if you get the light correct. They do well in terracotta. I've heard from other people that you really shouldn't keep them in terracotta because it dries out too much and they prefer like a little more moisture. But I've had great success with them in terracotta. I just water them once every week or two, and they seem to love that schedule, you know, and I haven't lost any leaves. They're all growing pretty quickly. This one pretty much looks the same. I don't really know what's happening with this plant, but it does have like a little stem growing at the tippy top up here. So I'm hoping that turns into more leaves. I don't really know. But these two Hoyas are the only ones I have, so I'm sure this care applies to all the Hoyas. For these two in particular, you definitely want the bright indirect light, like right up on a south-facing window, right up on an east or west-facing window. No north-facing window for this guy. It really needs that bright light. In the summer, you definitely want to fertilize this plant. It really loves having that extra nutrition, especially if you want it to flower at some point. It needs that really bright, intense light. It needs that fertilizer and it'll put on tons of growth. And you definitely want to water it regularly. You want to dial back a little bit in the winter months when it's cooler because they're not using as much energy to produce their food from the sun. So dial back in the winter to once every 2 or 3 weeks, but in the summer months, every week. I just keep them in a mix of cactus and potting soil. These guys tend to like a little more moisture, but I also hate it when plants get a little too much moisture because that can lead to lots of problems. So definitely do like a mix of those two things, and they seem to love it. I always line the top of my soil with rocks because I tend to be an underwaterer, but if you tend to overwater your plants, then I would leave the top rocks off of your plants just because that tends to trap in more moisture. Another reason why I like top rocks is because it prevents gnats and stuff from getting to the soil and laying their eggs. So it's a good pest preventative as well. But if you tend to overwater, I would probably skip the top rocks. I'm not even kidding you. A car alarm was going off for like 10 minutes and someone kept slamming something really hard, like on the ground. It was like, doosh! Like they were dropping a bowling ball. Like that's what it felt like the impact. I'm like, what is happening? Is that the same person's car? Like, what are you dropping? What, like turn your car off, you know? And I was like so confused. And then I heard people running up and down the stairs. I'm like, are y'all good? Are y'all okay? Who are you? It was just a lot happening in the span of like 5 minutes. And then on top of that, my neighbors with their kitchen cabinets were just going at it, you know? And I'm like, all right, okay, this is like a lot of noise. And it's Sunday, you know, it's supposed to be like chill, you know, you do your laundry, you just like watch a little TV. So I would definitely recommend the Hoya for like intermediate people in the plant world. They're kind of hard to find, so you might have to order it online. You might get lucky at like a local nursery or something, because you know, occasionally they'll have like more rare house plants. And if that's the case, then you better jump on it, because the Hoyas, for some reason, they just sell out like real quick. And I got this one at a local nursery, this one right here, and it was the last one in stock. And I just immediately grabbed it and was like, okay, I need this. I need this. And then this one, it's weird pointing at things that you're not looking at. This one right here, I ordered online. I've never seen it in a store before, at least where I live. So if you're lucky enough to live near, you know, a plant nursery that's like popping with Hoyas all the time, like good for you. But that is not my situation. So they're definitely one of the easier houseplants you could have, but I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you have bright indirect light to give them. You know, if you need a lower light plant, this is not your guy. This isn't it. Move along. And they're very good hanging plants. I have mine. I don't have these two hanging because I'm gonna grow them up a trellis. I just made that choice, you know, but you can do either one. They're really pretty hanging. And plus this one doesn't have enough stems really hanging down yet to make it like a full hanging plant. Like you really only want to hang them if they have a ton of stems pouring over the sides of the pot, but they're not at that stage yet. So I'm trying to grow them in, trying to like thicken this one up a lot. And then eventually I will hang it. I'm sorry, like the blanket is kind of messy, but Wesley was like burrowing in the blanket, so he like tossles it everywhere, and I'm like, okay, like whatever, this is your kingdom, do your thing with the blanket, you know? But then now he's sleeping on the blanket, and I was like, okay, I don't have the heart to move him, so I'm just gonna film him sleeping, and then they'll understand like, okay, I couldn't straighten out the blanket because little baby here is sleeping on it, so. All right, so those are my hot tips, guys, on Hoya care. They are pretty darn easy, I gotta admit. They are pretty freaking easy. So I hope these tips were helpful, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like, please comment, and let me know what you want to see. Please turn on the notification bell so you know every time I post. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Wesley, say goodbye. Wesley.